Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Vinyl Den, your channel for record collecting by record collectors. I'm Nick. Today I'm talking about something that I'm seeing more and more people talk about over the last few months, and the fact that the people are ditching their streaming services and moving strictly back to physical media or ripping their CDs and listening to them on their phones. There's a bunch of links down below. Make sure you go check all those out. There's links for the Vinyl Den Facebook group, for our merch page. There's also links for the Vinyl Den Spotify and Apple Music weekly playlist that we put together, and also the Patreon page. Make sure you should go check all that out. Of course, if you enjoy the episode, make sure you give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I release new episodes. First and foremost, I need to say that I know streaming is not going anywhere. I know that streaming is going to be the dominant way that people listen to music over the next, several decades, unless something else comes along where they like stream it into your head or something like that. I really don't know what the next thing really could be, but I understand that's always going to be the dominant media. But what I've noticed over the last couple of months is, and I know people that have done this, that have gotten rid of their, or in the process of getting rid of their Spotify or Apple Music, Tidal, whatever accounts that they use to stream, and either listening to records and CDs, which some of them do that, or I know others that have taken their CD collections and just ripped them all onto their computer or upload them to their phone and just using that as their primary way to listen to music. And I think part of that is the fact that, and I've talked about on the show, quite a few different times, that music over the last couple of decades has this disposable feel to it, and a lot of times it's easy just to pick up our phone and just scroll through Spotify and just click whatever and just have it on the background. And a lot of times, yes, we're listening to music, but we're not actually actively sitting down and paying attention and really diving into what that music really means and what the artist really tried to convey through those songs. A lot of times I feel like, most people just kind of passively listen to their music. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I mean, I do it in my office, quite often. If I'm working on something, I love playing jazz. I love having jazz on the background, and it's just something great to just kind of passively listen to while I get my work done. But, it feels like, really, besides physical media, whether it's CDs or vinyl, how often do people really kind of sit down in front of their smart speaker and just dive into an entire album or the entire discography of a band or artist? I'm sure it's probably happening less and less over the last probably 6 to 10 years. And it's something I even went through, within the last, 10, 15 years. It was probably 2007, 2008, I got rid of all my CDs and went strictly to digital. So it was either, at that time, it was buying songs off of iTunes, buying songs off of music on Bandcamp, once Bandcamp got really kind of popular. And then probably 2015, 16, somewhere around there, I really kind of got rid of all that and strictly went to streaming services. And then 2018 hit, and I kind of rediscovered vinyl and CD. And it was, for the most part, it was almost like rediscovering music all over again. Yeah, a lot of those albums and songs I'd listened to, hundreds and hundreds of times, but it had been so long since I've actually just sat down, and really paid attention to an album. Everything had gotten really passive and really, like I said before, really disposable when it comes to music. Is it more difficult to find new and interesting music without the assistance of a streaming service? Absolutely. It's not like the old days where, most people would listen to the radio and that's kind of where you would find all this new music. A lot of people don't listen to the radio anymore. Most people, like I said, listen to Spotify or Apple Music or Amazon Music or whatever or YouTube, whatever you use to get your music. That's what people pay attention to. So you've got to find, if you're not using those sources, you've got to actually go out and find the music and talk to people and join Facebook groups and get recommendations, or go to your local record store and ask what the best new stuff is, to kind of track down But I think it's more of an organic kind of way to listen to music. And like I said, it's this rediscovering, it's this reconnection that we've kind of lost over the last couple of decades. Over the last several years, I've had quite a few people ask me, why spend all this money on records and CDs when you can have all that plus more right on your phone for, $10 a month or whatever you pay. And my response to them is always the same thing. Not only does my records and CDs generally sound better than what you're getting on streaming services, there's also that physical connection that we have to music that when you just toss whatever you want on your phone and you really don't have that same experience. A lot of times if I use Apple Music for my streaming service, and I still do, and I probably always will, but a lot of times when you play new music on there, what do? You flip through, you listen to, 15, 20 seconds and just kind of move on. If something doesn't grab you right away, you kind of give up on that artist, give up on that album, where a lot of times, some of my favorite albums, Dark Side of the Moon is a perfect example of an album that for a long time, I didn't really give the full treatment, the full respect that album like that really deserved. And it wasn't really until I actually sat down and really dug into that album that I fell in love with it. So there, that it's that kind of connection that you just don't have with your phone or whatever DAC you're using in your home or your smart speaker or whatever you got. I don't know. It's something interesting I came across. And like I said, I know several people personally that have gone through this transformation over the last, 4 to 6 months and given up on their streaming service and gone strictly to some kind of physical format or a digital format purchased through the artist. And it's really interesting. Like I said, it's something I'll probably never do just because, I do utilize Apple Music to discover new stuff, but I'm on a family plan. My kids use it. My wife uses it. So it's probably something I'll always have. But I definitely have gone to more of a physical format, even in my car, when I'm on the go, when I'm on the road, on the go, doing whatever, I try to listen to that physical format. And like I said, it's just almost like getting back to the roots of the music kind of feeling to me. I don't know if that makes any sense to anyone out there, but I don't know. It's just something I wanted to ask you guys about. Is this something that you've gone through? Do you know people that have gone through it? Have you contemplated getting rid of all your streaming services altogether? I don't know. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think, because it's something that I'm sure I can kind of go back and forth and see both sides of why people would do that. And I don't have anyone I've never talked to anyone that said, oh yeah, I got rid of it and I hated it and I ended up going back to it. It's just something that I think a lot of people most people will probably stick to or stick with, or people will just kind of go through and kind of get back to more of a all physical media kind of thing. Well, that's all I got for today, guys. Thanks for checking the show out. Make sure you drop me a comment down below and let me know what you guys think about this. It's like I said, I can kind of see both sides of it. But if you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. And that's all I got. Until next time, keep on spinning. Peace.